Hey, I'm Bronson, and this is a deck building guide for the deprived format of Flesh and Blood. And I'm going to be focusing on Crucible of War. Let's say recently you've purchased a booster box, you've opened it, and you had a great time, and you have the cards like this in front of you, and you're wondering what to do with it and how to make decks. This video is going to explain how to create decks out of what you purchased and play this game, specifically the deprived format. Now, I created the Deprived format recently for my play group, and it's basically a form of the game that uses only common cards, and it makes it so everything is pretty fair and organized, and just makes quick gameplay and just a fun overall experience. It's not competitive really at all. It's just to play the game and have fun. So let me dive into what we have in front of us. So this is the box that I opened recently, and these are all the cards that came in this box. You have right here the rare cards, you have right here the common cards, and right here I put all the majestics and the rainbow foils and what have you here. I'm going to try to build a deck with these two piles, and then if I need extra cards here, I will go to these. So to start off building these decks, we're going to first look at our rare pile. So sort your core cards in these different piles and then look at the rares. So for the rares, we only want to get heroes and weapons. So we have a weapon here, and this is a action card. All these action cards are not acceptable in this format, so we do not use them. Taking these out. So just go through harmonized Kadachi. That one's a weapon, so we're putting that to the side. There we go. And don't worry, I mean, this format is only for, my playgroup really, and anyone who wants to do it. And the reason why you don't use these cards is because if everyone put a bunch of money into the game and get all the majestics and legendaries and stuff, you're always going to have that friend who just doesn't have as much money, who doesn't really want to invest too much, and they're going to be so far behind everyone else if they don't invest in the game, and it's kind of depressing. So this is a format that just focuses on fun and hanging out with your friends. So not too much that we got out of here. So I'm going to put that to the side. Cavdine, the Trader's Skins, he's a hero card, but for these purposes, we're going to put him to the side, and I don't think we're going to use him. So with Crucible of War, it is a supplemental box. There is not enough cards in here to make a normal deck for the Deprived, but there's a variant of Deprived called Hybrid. Now, Hybrid is you can use two different classes or do two different hero classes for your deck. So this is Guardian, and let's say we have Mechanologist. You can build a deck only with Guardian and Mechanologist cards. So that we'll get into that later, but let's put this box aside and start sorting. So first thing we did is we have our weapons. Got them all here. Oh, how'd that fit in there? So we got our weapons right here. Ah, good amount of weapons. Okay, so 6. I'm digging that. So put that here for now. And we do not need these cards. And let's look at our commons. Here we go. So we got some Guardian stuff. We got a Runeblade weapon. That's good. Got more Guardian stuff. Mechanologists. And we got our Death Dealer. Good amount of weapons, man. I'm loving it. Oh, this is good. This is generic action, so that can go in any deck. We got our Runeblade. Let me move this to the side. Just making piles at first. So first you want to sort them into different piles, and then we'll start building the deck after we have what we need. So we got our wizard stuff. That's new. Put our weapons over here. We got ranger, warrior, a hero. Put the hero to the side. And yeah, it just goes like this for a while. You're trying to stack cards in different piles and see what decks you can make. So we got Runeblade, Ninja. I think Ninja's new. And this is a really cool thing because a lot of times with the other formats is you can't really make any decks with this whole box in other formats. And that's what's great about Deprived is even though it's a very simple way of playing the game, it's awesome because you can open a box, you can sort out all the cards like this, and start making decks and just start playing with your friend. You know, you don't have to buy any other products. And I don't knock Flesh and Blood for having this sort of setup because at the end of the day, guys, this is a supplemental product. This is supposed to add to your collection of other stuff. It's not supposed to be an end all be all, solution to your gaming needs. It's supposed to be an add-on, not a main type of set. So I do understand it, but hopefully this helps a lot of you guys get into this because Flesh and Blood is an awesome game, and yeah, just nice to have a fun format. It's not so competitive. But I'll tell you, man, I've been watching a lot of what is it? I've been listening to Matt Rogers and oh man, like the way these people think, the way the pros think is just so awesome. Like I never had that mind. I was always like, "Ooh, look, emerging dominance. That's a really awesome hammer. I want that in my deck." Like I was always the guy that I know you guys are going to laugh at me. I don't care. Like I just like the art and I like different cool cards and funny abilities and stuff. I don't really care as much if I win or lose. It's like I want cards that have like a cool thing behind them. I don't know. So I'm never that kind of person, but man, I love watching those pros play. I'm really excited for the first birthday of Flesh and Blood. They're gonna have a bunch of live streamed what is it? They're gonna have a bunch of live stream games with the staff and invited people in the community. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. Looks like a really cool thing. Oh, and then we got this copper token. We put that to the side. I guess you could add it to to your deck technically, but it's a pretty crappy card to add. So we got Crush the Weak, and we have a good amount of Guardian cards. I like that. We're definitely going to be able to build a thing out of Guardian. I know Ninja's another class that has a bunch of cards for it, which is good. Brutal Assault. These are really good because they can be put in any deck. Gotta love that. Rune Chant, no good. Rune Blade. There we go. Brute. Brute seems really powerful. I mean, I don't think I'd ever like playing it. It's very YOLO-esque, but man, the results just speak for themselves. You have to give it to the Brute. Like, there's just a lot of people who play it and play it good. At the end of the day, if you think about it, aggro, I love aggro. And it's just for some reason I don't like the brute. I don't like how you have to discard as much. But what's great about aggro is you you don't have to think really, because when you get an aggro thing where you get an aggro setup, right? You what was I going with that? When you get the cards in your hand for aggro, you don't have to think of what card to play at the certain time. If you have what you have, you just lay it down and attack as hard as you can, as many times as you can, and that's kind of the deal with aggro. And of course, there is a little bit of thinking. There is thinking to where you're like, okay, should I attack? Should I not attack? And there's a little bit more. But if you compare control deck versus aggro, bar none, aggro is so much easier to play out because at the end of the day, face is the place. You're trying to attack face as much as you can, and if you have what you have in your hand, you just go for it, man. I mean, it's that simple, and that's why I like aggro, and not to diss on anyone who plays aggro. Honestly, if I was a pro, I'd be playing aggro like nonstop. I would not play control. It's just too crazy with different things that you have to do at certain times and different card countings and all that stuff. It's just not worth it. And that's why Bronson will never be a pro player. But I digress. Brute action. And yeah, this is the fun part of this, which is just sorting all these cards out. And we've got a good spread, and I know for so Guardian and Runeblade definitely see it'd be cool to make a Runeblade Guardian. That's like such a oxymoron. Like he's a Guardian, but he also sold his soul. Okay, Guardian instant. Hey, I mean that's pretty cool. It'd be interesting to see if this hybrid format goes into the normal game. Like, I could definitely see Legend Story Studios pulling this out of their hat, saying, "Hey, now you can be two different heroes, like, and just not have a hero card." And that's what the hybrid format is, in a sense. You don't have a hero card; you just have a weapon, and you can have two different classes. So you can be Brute and Guardian, or Guardian and Ranger. We'll put it together at the end, but. Uh, yeah, it just makes the game interesting and able to play. Like after we're done all this jargon, I know this is taking up a lot of your time. After we're done sorting, this is the last pile. Then we're going to be making the decks. But first, you have to just sort it out to see what you have, and then after you know what you have, you can see what you can make. It's pretty legit. Mechanologist, Guardian, Ranger, Hit and Run, Warrior Brute. Gotta love this card, man. It's epic. Ninja, Mechanologist, got Copper, got a Dawnblade, and Mechanologist. Lot of Guardian stuff. I'm happy about that. I love the Guardian, man. Big attacks, good effects. Can't ask for too much more, man. And it's interesting how there's a lot of ninja cards. I found that really interesting. I was on fabdb.net and I looked at the amount of Crucible of War ninja cards, and it's just so much more than the others, which made me think, I'm like, "Huh, why is that?" I guess maybe they didn't put as much in Welcome to Wrath. I didn't really look. Probably should have, but it's kind of interesting, man. And I'm really going to be interested to see how many. I want to make the most amount of decks for this format possible. We will see. Uh, I'm definitely on the edge of my seat because I do not know how many decks this can actually make. The problem is with this format, you can only have one of each unique card. So we definitely do have some duplication, and we will see what happens. Brute attack. Okay. So first, let me look at the ninja cards because I think the ninja cards will be not too bad. Yeah, what's the best way of doing this? Maybe I'll list them here, right? Yeah, sure, that's the best way. Soul Beat Strike. Oh, we have a duplicate Soul Beat Strike, so we can't use that. Flying Kick, blue. Assault the Wound. Only Miss Blossom. And Flying Kick, but I think we have that one already. And what I'm doing basically is, let's say I have a duplicate like this. I'm just putting the duplicate to the side. I'm putting as many as I can here without duplicating. And all the duplicates are going to the left. So Bittering Thorns, very nice. Salt the Wounds we already have. Torrenting Tempo. We do not have Flying Kick. Here we go. And if you're watching this thinking, hey Bronson, what the hell? Like, is this deck even going to work? You know, it's probably not going to be the most competitive deck in the world, but hey man, it's fun. I mean, and after you build it, you can pick and choose if you have extra cards. And if you have other Welcome to Wrath or Arcane Rising cards, you can definitely add them in. But this is just a video to show you what you can make with the cards that you have. And that is really important. Because currently it is extremely, I don't even know if it's possible. I don't think it is possible to make a deck out of Crucible War for the existing formats. So this is a good way to start playing with your friend. If you guys spend $100 on this pretty little cardboard and you actually want to play the game. So let's look at how many unique ninja cards we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Great. That is a great amount of cards. I love it. So let's pair that with something that's like not as much. I mean, well, let's do a ninja wizard. I love that. Screw it. Ninja wizard. Okay, so I think I forgot how many I had. Let's do the same thing we were doing. So snapback for bolting bolt, rousing aether, Another Rousing Aether, but a better card. Put this to the side. Building Bolt. Snap back. For Building Bolt. Snap back. Oh, great. Awesome. So I think we're doing pretty good. Let me count the amount of ninja cards we had in the beginning. So we had, forgot the number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We got a deck, guys. Let me take this snapback out. Let's see what that does. So I'll put that back here. I'll put that here. Now in this format, we got two different class cards, right? Different hero class cards. So we got Wizard and Ninja. So this is the hybrid format of Deprived. So we're going to put these two together, and then you can pick. So whatever weapon you want, you can have either a Ninja or Wizard weapon. Now let's see what we got of those two. So we have a Crucible of Aetherweave. That's cool. So there's a staff. And then let's see if there's any other ninja. Oh, there's Zephyr Needle. And Harmonized Kadachi or Edge of Autumn. Man, that is tough. Let's do Edge of Autumn, man. Edge of Autumn is awesome. So there we go. This is your Ninja Wizard deck. So this is one deck. I'm going to put that to the side. Let's go for 4, man. I hope we can get 4. That would be insane. So let's look at the Guardian next, because Guardian seems like a good. So we got Emerging Dominance. We're definitely going to have some duplication here. So we got Emerging Dominance. Choke Slam. Blessing of Serenity. Another Choke Slam. These will be my duplicates, right? Oh, you can't even see that. Let me put this. Okay, so this is going to be the Guardian slots. There we go. I love Crush the Weak too. Look at that. He's just shoving his fist right up that guy's like sternum. Like, holy cow! This game this game is for 16 plus, man. You say what you want, but oh my gosh. Blessing of Serenity. Do we have a blue of that? Yep, we do. That's a duplicate. Yep, that's a duplicate. There's gonna be a lot of duplicates here, guys, but it's all good. Choke Slam, blue. Oh, okay, cool. Crush the Weak, yellow. Yeah, we have that. Choke Slam, blue. Yep. Blessing of Serenity, yellow. Emerging Dominance. Yep. Yeah, I think we have all of the cards. I'm just double checking. And I'm just putting to the side all the ones that we have duplicates because we do not want them in this. So, oh, sweet. Blessing of Serenity. Emerging Dominance. Okay, cool. Crush the Weak. Now I actually think we have every Guardian attack card possible in Crucible War. That's great. That shows that there's a good variability. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards, man. You know, let's see what Guardian Warrior would be like. I think that's a cool. So far we've had Ninja and Wizard. Let's see a Guardian Warrior, man. I'm really on board for that. So I'm gonna put these other cards to the side. See what we got for Warrior. So we got Hit and Run, Push Forward, and we had 12 cards. I'm not gonna forget that. I hate recounting. I don't like math. Just want to chill and play the game and sort cards. Okay. Oh, Hit and Run. We already have Hit and Run. So we're looking for 8 cards, and then we have a deck because we want 20 cards. Push Forward, we already have. Yellow Push Forward, we already have. Out for Blood, do not have. Out for Blood, yellow we do have. The blue we don't. Red, Hit and Run. So I think we might have just got it, guys. We'll see. If not, we'll put in a generic card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sweet. So we have this over there. And let me double check. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 cards, man. And let's see what we can choose for a weapon. So we can have either have Warrior or Guardian. So Warrior, we have Dawn Blade, or we have Anathos. I think those are the only ones I got. So let's see. Man, that's tough. I like Anathos, man. It's a cool weapon. Cool. So this deck is done because all you need is a weapon. You don't need any hero because we have Guardian and Warrior cards in here, and we are good to go. So that is deck number 2. Flying by here, guys. Okay, so let's see if we can make 2 more because we have a pretty good stack here and here and here and here, and we can fluff in some generic cards here. I know this video is really long. I appreciate if you've been watching the whole way through. That means a lot, and I hope you try out this format because at the end of the day, you're gonna open up this box and you're gonna look at all the cards and you're like, hey, what do I do now? How do I play the game? And the base rules, the base formats really don't have a way where you can play the game immediately. You have to buy other cards, and it makes sense because this is, again, this is a supplemental product. It assumes that you already have other cards that you've purchased, and this kind of adds to that experience. So it's kind of like a DLC, if you will. That's, you know what, that's a great way to put it. This is like a DLC for the card game. It's not supposed to be a original like game mode. You can't play it by itself, but you play it with the format or with the other cards that you've already purchased, the other game pieces. So that kind of makes sense. And overall, I love the product, and I love the main ways of playing the game. I mean, the game is really strategic, and it's a lot of fun, man. When you get into the overall strategy, and it's a really well developed game. It's just really solid. You can definitely see that a lot of heart and a lot of effort went into making a really competitive game. But at the end of the day, I will play the classic and blitz formats, but sometimes I just want to chill and hang out and not really worry too much, and this is a great format for that. So let's see, we got Runeblade, and what should we make? A Runeblade. Let's make a Runeblade mech. I love the sound of that. Okay, so I'm gonna put these cards aside, and let's see, a Runeblade mech. That makes exact sense, man. Uh, it's probably a bad combo, but I don't care. We're just having fun. And that's great about this format too, is like, let's say you make a Runeblade mech and you're like, yeah, I don't really like that. Let me make a Runeblade Ranger. That sounds like a lot of fun. You can do that. You can do whatever you want. It's a lot of fun. So we're putting only the unique cards here. We already had this, so I'm gonna put that to the side. Good amount of mech cards, I'm happy. And the Mechanologist is really good. And I definitely think other decks in the future are going to have to work around the Mechanologist. You're going to see a lot of people trying to counter it, I bet, because now that it's won New Zealand Nationals, like people take notice and they say, okay, well, if that's the hot deck, then there's going to be a bunch of weeaboos who try to copy that shit, and I need to build around, putting that deck in its place. So not too many cards. It's kind of scary. So I've got that. Let's count what we have. It's still good because we have these generic cards that we can supplement, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then for the Rune Blade, I think the stack is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So overall, we're down 2 cards. So 9 plus 9 is 18. Let's look at these generics and pull from that. So we got blues and yellow and a red. Let's take a blue and a red. There we go. So overall, what we did here is we didn't have enough cards for each class to finish the decks. So we're going to take some generics and fluff them in with there here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 cards, and we are good. Now the fun part of selecting our weapon. So either a rune blade or a mechanologist. And those are really cool. So we got the plasma pistol, the nether blade, or the reaping blade. Oh my gosh. Now, I don't know about you. I have something for this reaping blade. I love it. I think you're going to see this in a pro tour. It is going to be big. It's just my gut feeling, so I'm going to put it in this deck, man. Just love it. Cool. So this is done. This is a deprived deck with the hybrid variant. All right, guys, so let's make one more deck, and out of process of elimination, we're gonna make some brute brute ranger. I'm picturing some like jacked ranger who has these like huge arms that's just like firing these bows. But we'll see what we can make here. This is gonna. I like too the hybrid nature where you can make some really funny things like the rune blade mech that still gets me. That's geez, it's too funny. It's just like such an oxymoron, but I don't know. Sorting them out. And yeah, thanks for checking this out, guys. I know this is a long ass video. I know there's a lot to look through. I just wanted to make a complete video where you guys can see something from start to finish where someone opened a box, right? Every card you see here was in this box earlier. Like 20 minutes ago, or maybe 40 minutes ago at this point, cards were in this box. I took them out here, and now I'm building decks out of the cards that I have to actually play the game. So that's what's happening, and I know this is it's pretty long video, but at the end of the day, this is a fast way to play the game. I know that sounds crazy, but this is the fast way for you to actually play this game. Sleeping Dart yellow. Oh, we have that Pathing Helix. Sleeping Dart yellow. Oh, I don't think we have this card. Oh, we do. Okay. All right, so I hope we have good brute cards because we do not have too much variability with Ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let's see what we got for brute. Predatory assaults. It's really good. And I really should pick up brute because brute just seems so good. There's so many top contenders, and it just seems like a great deck to where if you have what you have, you just throw it down and pump somebody's face full of damage. And even though that's kind of a weird way to play, like, I mean, the results speak for themselves. And I've seen a lot of really good plays made in, what is it? In games that I've watched online. It just seems like a really powerful deck. And I wonder if they'll try to make other classes have different answers for things that Brute does. But at this point in time, it just looks like it's a really powerful class to play. All right, so I think we did pretty good here, guys. Let's see. The number of brute cards: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. So what that means is we have 10 cards here. We have 9 cards in the Ranger. So we just need one generic card. So I'm going to do the yellow Brutal Assault and put this to the side. And just as a final count, just so I'm not crazy, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Great. So we got Brute. We got a Brute Ranger. We could use this Redliner bow. I'm going to see if there's any other, like, because this is a fun format that you're supposed to just touch the cards. I definitely want to put that thing in a sleeve as fast as possible. But let's see what kind of stuff we got here. Oh, man. So we have literally... Oh, man, I don't think we have anything. So we needed a bow or a Brute item. That is too funny. Oh, here we go. We got a death dealer. Whew, okay, let's do that. So we got a death dealer. So we got a brutish ranger deck. Okay, let's do a roll count. So we have a lot of these extra cards. I'm just gonna put them to the side. You can do something with them, but let's see all the cards that were common that I'm not doing anything with. This is the amount of cards. Do you see how much of this pile? I mean, this is probably a little less than half the pile. We're using all of these cards, and we've built 4 awesome decks that are just fun that you can play with your friends. So if a bunch of friends bought a Crucible of War booster box, right? For the Deprived format, you can make 4 solid decks. Are these decks tournament winning? Are they something that are ultra competitive and you're going to be excellent at the game and everyone's going to say stuff? Probably not. Are you going to have a good time and talk with your friends and actually play the game from something that you purchased for $100? Then the answer is yes. And look at how awesome this is. So when you're setting up, so this is our wizard ninja deck, you would just put your weapon on the weapon slot. You would have no hero card, but you'd have like 20 health points for just having a hybrid hero, so it'd be just 20, and then you'd have your ninja and wizard cards in your deck to the side here, and then you're good. You can play the game. So all in all, dude, like look at all these cool decks we made. We made a ninja wizard. We made a brutish ranger. We made a rune blade mech. Oh, geez, like a rune blade mech is just too funny to me. And then we made a guardian warrior. Like that is super badass. I could definitely see this. And again, this is the deprived format of Flesh and Blood that I created recently, and this is a variant that I call hybrid. Now, the hybrid variant, of course, uses 2 classes, and you do not have a hero. So if you are playing the deprived format and you can have a hero, but you can only have 1 class with 1 class of cards and generics. You can't have 2 classes. And just as a side note too, is if you have other cards that you want to play with, Arcane Rising, Welcome to Wrath, go for it. Like use those cards too and build stuff. Again, this is just because a lot of people out there I've read have one booster box that they open and then they have no clue what to make. So this is a video showcasing that, but go ham and let me know what you think in the comments below, or hit me up bronsonsblood@yahoo.com. I really appreciate you watching, guys. I know this is a terribly long video, but you can see how awesome this format is. We made 4 decks. We didn't even have to touch our nice foiled cards. We can just sleeve these and leave them to the side. And we used all of our bulk cards. We used like half of the bulk in the box. Yeah, that's cool, man. Thanks again for watching, and have fun playing Flesh and Blood.